quite legal yet. We still got a lot of work ahead of us. In between the policy of state and federal law, there are some individuals who find themselves caught up in the conflict. See, while it may be legal here on the state level, on the federal level, it is still illegal. And so what happens is the federal government comes in and they say, we don't care about your state law. We're going to take you to prison anyway. And it's happening here to a family in Washington State. Have any of you heard about the Kettle Falls Five?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's happening to them is that they are a group of 5 people who are legal medical marijuana patients. They were growing for themselves up in the mountains, minding their own business, and a plane flew over and saw them. So the state came in and checked out their garden, realized that they were legal, and the county refused to prosecute them. Well, good old Uncle Sam decided to come in and intervene and has went after them and is charging them with felonies for violating the Controlled Substances Act. So they're now facing 10 years in prison, mandatory minimum, for following the state law. They weren't selling it to anybody. They weren't providing it to anybody. They were just growing for themselves, a group of 5 people. So the problem is that our policy has changed on the federal level. The Department of Justice has put out several memos saying that they're no longer going to go after individual patients. And when the news stations ask the president and the attorney general what they're doing about medical marijuana, they say they're not going after individual patients. But we know that's a lie. And the problem is that the policy changes, they're obviously not good enough if the U.S. attorneys aren't paying any attention to those memos. So that means that we need to actually change the law. Law is different than policy. So on the congressional level, Congress has decided to start to take action on this. They realize now that these policy changes have failed. They realize that they've been being fed lies this whole time, and now they're ready to act. So they passed a bill by a margin of 219 to 189, which says that they're going to restrict funding for the DOJ to interfere in states with medical marijuana laws. $180,000 is spent every single day to interfere in our medical marijuana programs. In the time Hempfest is going on, over $500,000 will be spent interfering in our state medical marijuana programs. So this bill would say, no more, you don't get any more money to come in and arrest patients and their providers. And that was so successful that our representative here in Washington, my awesome representative from Tacoma, Denny Heck, sponsored a similar bill. And it said that the Department of Treasury could not spend its money to arrest banks who are allowing businesses to deposit their money. So that passed with an even bigger margin of 231. This is the first time Congress has taken action on these policies on the national level. The first time. And why stop there? Why not just go ahead and actually move marijuana out of the Controlled Substances Act? Who thinks that's a good idea? So H.R. 689 would actually move marijuana from Schedule 1, and it would also move research out of the National Institutes for Drug Abuse, which does not allow any research on the benefits of medical marijuana. That's why there's no studies to back up what we know is true, because NIDA is not allowing them to happen. So H.R. 689 would move it out of the hands of NIDA and allow us to finally take a look at these studies with medical marijuana to prove what we already know is true. So what can you do about this? Well, right now it just so happens that all of your Congress members are on vacation and they're in their home districts, and you can make an appointment with them. See, they work for you, believe it or not. You call them and you make an appointment and you tell them there's 3 different bills that they can vote on right now to change this. 2 of them have already been passed in the House. The House has already passed it. It's waiting in the Senate. Once the Senate passes it, it goes to the president's desk. We could actually be ending this prohibition, but it takes you guys calling on your Congress members who work for you and tell them you're sick of $180,000 a day being spent on this crap. You can also support organizations that are making these changes on the federal level. Americans for Safe Access is a member-based advocacy organization that works for patients. They are a voice for you on the state level. They're a voice for you in Washington, D.C. These bills I was just telling you about, half of them are coming from them. So get involved. Find the organizations that represent what you're interested in. Join them. Find a way to actually make your voice heard and contact your Congress people today and get an appointment while they're home. Don't let us waste any more money. Don't let us waste any more time. Don't let any more families be prosecuted. Get active now. Thank you.